okay. Oh, my old lady. Wait, wait, wait. There you go. Your paws is stuck. You've been together with me since the beginning, love. Thought you should be here as well. You're not that much convinced, though. You don't want to stay on my lap a little bit? No, little kitty? You wanna go back to the bed? Oh, big scratchies, my old lady. I'm gonna do a little jump. Alright. Alright, girl. Alright. I won't force her. She's back to her little sleeping place over there. I don't think you can see her. Kitaline. Alright guys, this is probably the 20th time I'm trying to record this, and neither the first day, this is the second day I'm trying to record this. Things with the audio went really wrong yesterday. But yeah, for those watching, this is my humble establishment. This is where I do live streaming, like to read my tank books. This is just part of the collection I've got going on. What else? Streaming, play games, flick the bean, watch videos, learn things, talk to people. That's all I do here. This is my little room. But yeah, for the past month or so, we started recording that side of the room for the Mingles with Jingles, and I thought to give you a different background and just show you a little bit, this side of the room. You usually don't get to see it very often at all. I think I only published 1 or 2 photos, and that was it. But yeah, this video is most likely going to be a mess. For those watching, if your underage kid is watching this in your sofa, I advise you to stop the video now, because it's probably sensitive things that will be talked about. But yeah, as you gathered probably from the video title, I haven't decided yet. I have been now officially in the UK for 5 years. It has been 5 years already. It has been a messy, bumpy road, but I'm glad to be here, and quite honestly, the time has flown by. I'm already I'm gonna try to not get emotional, and it's okay, I'm not asking you for university tuition money, because that's what I did last time I cried on YouTube. But yeah, I just thought to make a little bit of an update on my life ever since that video, and I know a lot of people still make questions to this day. So I just thought to open up. I would like to make a strong note that in no shape or form I am trying to how can you say in English, victimize or have people feeling pity. I'm gonna talk about certain subjects in the sense of if there's anyone out there in a bad situation, that things can change. I would like to be an example of, and proof that things can change, and change for the better, in the aspect that I'll be talking about. But yeah, this all started, for those who are unaware, I came to the UK from the Netherlands, and this all started about over 10 years ago. Damn, it's been 12 years actually. In the little neck thing there. In 2008, during the 2008-2009, during the monetary crisis around Europe, my country was one of the most affected. Things were really hard there, also because of personal reasons. My situation in Portugal wasn't the best. I was 18 years old, living on my own, paying my own bills, working. I had moved out as soon as I became 18. But because of a few personal things, and because I had to stop my studies to support my younger siblings, just personal stories that weren't easy for me at the time, I decided to eventually quit Portugal. But yeah, they weren't easy for me at the time, and despite me, having to pay my bills, working, I was working 8 to 12 hours every single day. I'll beg my boss to not take a single free day. I'll just keep on doing extra days to make extra money. My boss, really, decent guy, accepted my begging to keep on working, to settle myself a little bit. But despite all of that, I still decided to get back to my studies during the night. And because of the laws at the time, I'm actually unaware if they have changed, but because of the laws at the time, I was actually not even able, I was unable to study at all, but I wasn't even able to continue the area of study that I had chosen. And it were so many things at once. I just decided to leave the country and hope for a better life outside of Portugal. And that's when I was in a very bad situation, and I got myself in a situation even worse. I spent the next 5 to 6 years in the Netherlands in an abusive relationship. It was mostly verbal abuse, but in a later year, especially the last months, became physical. And besides that, I lived in isolation, which, what I mean about the last 5 years in the UK being a roller coaster, it's because I had to mostly learn how to be social all over again. Yes. But yeah, I should have gotten out of there sooner. For a lot of times I blame myself for the situation. I was too prideful to tell my family, because I would just be afraid of them just telling me, "I told you so." And I did not want to disappoint my mom. Above all, I did not want to disappoint my mom. My mom, bless her, she's not a perfect woman, but I know she did her best, and she worked 3 jobs to put things on the table for us, and I have a lot of respect for that woman. She worked really, really hard. She was stressed most of the time. She could not be there, like most moms could, and I do not blame her at all. But above all, I did not want to disappoint my mom. This situation went on and on, and like I said, the last year, the last few months in particular, things just started deteriorating further and further. Whew. And the reason is also one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because this is also one of the reasons why I started live streaming. Back when I started, Twitch.tv wasn't even called Twitch.tv, it was called Justin.tv. I am the first female to ever live stream World of Tanks military games, for as far as I'm aware, on the western side. Things were really fresh at the time. But at World of Tanks, for sure, I'm very sure I was and am the first female to ever live stream that game, to ever start making content of that game. And I started doing that mostly as an escape from reality. And thanks to you guys, because it's just amazing how you, as a viewer, I don't care, I make no differentiation. I don't make a differentiation whether if you talk in chat or give subscriptions or not. Everyone as a whole, lurkers included, how much you changed my life. About 7 years ago, this after I was already well settled into live streaming at the time. But about 7 years ago, He would not shut up on the Twitch chat, asking me to play with these mighty jingles. And just to quiet you down, I eventually bothered to send a message to Jingles and said, look, my guys won't shut up, they want me to play with you. I don't know if you know who I am, but this is what I do. I'll be appreciated if you join me for a live stream, because that's what you guys wanted to see. And sure enough, he didn't take long at all to answer. He was very immediate with the answers, like, yes, I know who you are, I know the content you do. You know, he knew exactly who I was, and he was more than happy to join me on a live stream. And that's how that's how I got my best friend. Funny how things work. But yeah, we did those live streams. They're a bit almost like World of Tanks canon, old-time canon at this point. We did, you know, those the matches with E75, the matches with the KV2. They're still available on YouTube. It's one of the few gameplays I didn't get rid of on this YouTube channel. It has been those. But after the live streams, we kept playing games together. We'll go on and play things like World of Warcraft, Guild Wars, and so on. And you know, besides live streaming, besides you, he also became my escape to reality. But while it's being hard. Told you this video was going to be a mess. But while I was escaping from reality kept getting worse. The last few months of live stream in the Netherlands, I always tried to put a smiling face. Despite what was going in the background, I always put a smiling face. Despite this, what this person would whisper to me, even while I was live streaming, you guys could not hear, I would still keep on going. I just started to defy this person. I would just keep on going, put a smiling face for you. But he started getting, besides, you know, the things that he would even say and call me in the background of the live streams, when that webcam, like when the live stream was shut, that's when the nightmare really started. And I know that things will not get any better. At the time I already had my black cat, because she came from Portugal, and at the time I already had my second cat, the ginger one. And especially when you have been into isolation, these two creatures were pretty much the two living beings that I really attached myself to. And I knew things weren't getting any better. And he was starting to also be mean to one of the cats. And that's just really when I said to myself, when he started being mean to one of the cats, that's just when I said to myself, you know, it's time to leave. I took my pride away, and I finally gained the courage, and I told Jingles of the situation I was in. He had no idea. I don't remember it, besides Jingles being extremely angry. He was extremely angry, not at me, but at the person I was in a relationship with. And he immediately geared into action to get me out of there. Besides Jingles, I decided, besides Jingles, I had a girlfriend. Well, I have a girlfriend in the Netherlands. She has a boyfriend. Her name is Ims. I usually don't bring names up, but I want to bring names here because I can't. They really deserve. Hims and Baker. They are a couple. I already had met them once in the Netherlands. And Nikki from the Philo clan in World of Tanks. And after I told Jingles about my situation, he immediately remembered of Imke. He was aware of her as well. Don't you have friends there? Maybe they can help you to get you out of there. So I contacted Imke and I told her of my situation. And I also contacted Nikita, who was one of the few people I could trust. Basically, opening up to Jingles was like a ton was off my chest. It felt like it. I was so much lighter. And it allowed me to get the courage to talk to these other friends and just admit I need help. I cannot get out of here by myself. And I said that I wanted to mention their names because I cannot thank these people enough for what they have done to me, because most people, they will just have probably said no thank you or just completely ignore. But these 4 people immediately geared themselves to help me out. Nikita opened his home. He, opened his door for me and offered me a room that I could rent temporarily, of course, until I settled myself. That never happened, but I still have a lot of appreciation for what you did, Nikita, if you're watching this. That meant a lot to me. That never ended up happening, because when I said to Jingles that I was going to the UK, I pretty much contacted him saying, look, I decided to go to the UK. You are one of the few people I know in that country, and I would like to have a friend. I would like to not be alone. And he immediately made me the offer. He just said, you know what? I actually have a room that has been empty for a few months now, because the last person who lived here left months ago, and the room has been empty ever since. If you want it, it's yours. And then he took a bunch of photos from the room. And it's a big wide room. I mean, you guys haven't seen the most of it. There's more on that side. This is the best room in the house. Bless him. And the rent was incredibly cheap. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's the mighty Jingles. But it was mostly, not just, I'm just joking, but I really need to think about money, because the person I was in a relationship with, even money he took away from me. He stole money from me. When I started making money off Twitch, I had to hide that. I had to hide that because I had a suspicion, but I wasn't sure. But I still hid most of that money. The ad money, the subscriptions and so on. The tips. I hid that all away from him because I know he will take over it, and he will take it. My monetary situation when I came to the UK was really bad. I had a few on my bank that he took off. He took away from my bank account without me being aware after my escape. That got reinstated pretty quickly when I brought the word legal in messages. But basically how it all happened was I played that everything was fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. You know, that was, nothing was happening, everything was not a thing was out of the ordinary. Wash machine still running, you know, things like that. I had packed some things in advance, and I was I think I was live streaming at the time. Yeah, I was live streaming. No, nothing out of the ordinary. Same old, same old. He goes to work. He goes to work. You say goodbye, you know, give my goodbyes. And I waited for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes he did not come upstairs, he did not forget some keys or anything. And that's when I immediately called Imke and Baker to pick me up. We had set for them to pick me up, to get me out of there. And that was what really started the race. The live stream gets shut, and that was the last you saw of me for the next few days. I shut the stream, I delete everything I could off that PC, I wiped it, removed the graphics card, because that's the one thing I had been able to you know, buy by myself, but without his you know, it was in my name. I start packing things. Imke and Baker arrive. They help me carry things to the car. I pick on my cats. And it was such a freeing moment when I just closed that door. I put the keys through the mailbox. And I never looked back. I spent the next 3-4 days basically on the road with the clothes on my body, a backpack, and a cat on each arm. Thanks to Imke and Baker. By the way, Ims89 on Twitch, she just started playing World of Tanks again if you wanna check her out. You deserve it, girl. She's amazing. She's an amazing individual. It wasn't the trip to get to the UK. That is somewhat cloudy in my memory. I only remember certain things. I remember being in a lot of pain because the ginger cat, I mean, she's a unit, she's a big cat. But I knew I could not leave her behind, and she strained both of my shoulders because she's so heavy. But you know, despite the pain, I pretty much got like both shoulders ruptured, the muscle got ruptured. You know, but despite the pain, I also remember being extremely determined to get here, because I knew my cats needed a roof. I can only keep two cats on 2 boxes, you know, for only so long. I had only enough food on my backpack for them and water, and I just kept on going. But yeah, when I arrived to the UK, all I remember was the kindness of strangers. I was in a new country, I'd never been in the UK before, doing something that was totally crazy, to meet a person I've never had met in real life. Because clearly I did not learn from the previous experience, but I still went on. I trusted Jingles. But yeah, the first thing I remember is the kindness of strangers. I wasn't being able to find my train connections, and all I remember was people literally sharing the weight on my arms, that I had on my arms, people literally carrying my cats and run with me so, towards the train that I needed to be, so I would not miss my connection. I eventually made it to London, and Jingle said, "I'll be there waiting for you. As soon as you are in this station, I'll be there waiting for you." And I leave that train and Jingles wasn't there. I tried so hard to not panic in that moment. I had some money left. I remember that my ex, the person I was in a relationship with, had taken my money away. But I had some money left, and I used that money to get a few coins, because I didn't even have a phone to call Jingles, because even the phone that I had in the Netherlands wasn't in my name. That's just how controlling the situation was in the Netherlands. And I had to leave the phone behind because the person in the Netherlands kept using every legal way he could to not allow me to leave the country. He even tried to press charges on me for taking one of the cats. The Ginger, she wasn't in my name, but I immediately, thanks to Imke, I immediately talked to the authorities and I told them, this is the situation. This is the situation we are in. This cat, she's mine, even though she's in his name, she's mine. And I really don't want to leave this animal with him alone. I sincerely don't know what he could have done to her, because he had started being mean to her as well. And I did not want to leave her there. So I did the most illegal thing that I have done so far in my life. I smuggled the cat to the UK. The authorities in the Netherlands, I have a lot of respect to them, because I was completely, honest. I was completely blatant with them. This is the situation. I don't want to leave this cat with him. And they pretty much turned their faces away and let me carry on. And I'm so thankful for that. She's a very happy girl. She has found her pappy who really, really loves her. And she's living her best years. But yeah, back to the UK. I'm so bad at telling stories. But yeah, back to the UK. I used the little money I had left to get coins, to call Jingles off those phone machines. And like those machines, like phone boxes. And the phone boxes, every single one of them ate my money away. After the last machine ate my last coin, whew, I just turned around, walked back without knowing what to do. I could not find Jingles. And just while I was randomly walking back, I cross ice. We basically were walking in opposite directions and we were right in front of each other, and we just lock eyes, and we never had met each other in real life, and we immediately recognized each other. And I was I don't know who was more relieved, if it was me or Jingles, that he had found me and I had found him, because the reason why he wasn't there waiting for me is because the train station, sorry, the train had arrived on the wrong line that it said it would. You know, train systems in the UK, never failing, you know. I got well acquainted to it from the beginning. But yeah, that's why he was waiting for me in the right train line, and he got really panicky that he could not find me when the train didn't arrive. He immediately picked on my cats and we made our way down here. So, just for me to stop crying a little bit, because I get very teary about this subject.
You have no idea what it's like.
I was telling them about when I arrived to London, how much an interesting experience that was. Because you could not find me.
Yeah, so I arrived at King's Cross Station early, and I went to buy a gift for you, because
Yeah, you
there's
got
the
me
Harry Potter
the
shop.
Harry Potter wand. You got me the Hermione one.
Yeah, Hermione Granger's wand, because there's a Harry Potter gift shop at King's Cross Station. It's called Platform 3 1/4 or whatever the name
Something
of
like
it,
that,
something like that,
yeah.
anyway. But your train arrived early, didn't it?
Something like that.
It wasn't very early. It was only about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But then I saw that it arrived, and I thought, oh, bollocks. So I ran over to the gate, and I had a vague idea of what she looked like. But
Same.
you know, there's a lot of people coming off this train. It's London King's Cross. There's like thousands of people coming off the train. I'm like wandering up and down the barrier and looking, and then I turned, and there's this tiny little Portuguese thing holding a cat carrier in each hand, staring at me like she's about to burst into tears. And then she did burst into tears. And then I gave her a gift and she burst into tears again. So, yeah, that was...
I don't know who was more relieved though, because the face that you make.
Well, yeah, the idea of you being lost in London, carrying 2 cats around, that was, yeah.
Why do you think I burst into tears?
There I was thinking she was just overwhelmed at seeing this beautiful face, but no, it was just... Yeah. So, yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
My, how time flies when you're having fun.
It's been a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, roller coasters are fun, right?
Right.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll edit that out. Oh.
No, fuck off. It's my video.
Alright, got my marching orders, I have to go now.
Yeah. 5 years. They definitely haven't been easy. I mean, the roller coaster we were talking, I thought when I came to the UK it would be the end of it, but it was just the start of it. Whew. I had to... I don't think this is a word, but we are speaking in English. I mean, English does not have rules. But I had to refine myself as a person. After 5-6 years in isolation, I had to refine myself. Have I been streaming tanks because I like tanks, or because that was my escape to from reality? You know? Because my life has revolved... Pardon. My life has revolved around tanks for the best part of 10 years now. So I had to... And you can see that throughout a lot of my inconsistencies in content. Usually when I go quiet, when I go without publishing or streaming, that's when things are not well. I had to deal with the emotional baggage of those years of abuse and isolation. And I would have to say the first 2 years in particular were rather tumultuous, and I'm trying to not cry again, but and this is why some of you have probably come across, you know, me being extremely defensive of Jingles. I mean, I would put myself in front of a train for him, because he was the one person present there when I needed the most. He's been my anchor when I needed the most. But yeah, I'm actually gonna bring this one up because for the past 5 years there has been usually there's two edges of that sword, or I am taking advantage of Jingles. I mean, I can answer that because of course it's me defending myself. I should have kept him here in the video for longer to tell you otherwise. And the other end is people saying that Jingles is taking advantage of me and that he's mean to me. And you know, those things could not be more far from the truth. And those people should genuinely feel ashamed for themselves and shut the fuck up. Stay away from a keyboard if you're gonna type those kind of things, because that man is done nothing but being the anchor that I needed. He's been my support. I don't want to say the word allow, because he knows what, you know, I do what I want. I don't want to use the word allow. You know, he does not own me or anything like that. But in the sense of he's allowed, he has incentivized me in a lot of ways. Because of him, I have become a more confident woman. Because of him, I have pursued my passions, you know, find myself again as a person. He has done so much for me. If I believe in something, he's the first person to be there and support me. And I genuinely don't know a better human being than him. I genuinely don't. Also, I would like to thank Imke, Baker, Nikita, and to all of you for changing my life. On these past 5 years, now on a more positive note, on these past 5 years I was able to do some interesting, cool stuff, I might say. I probably won't remember all, and I forgot to take my memory pill today. If you commented on, if you ask it on the comment section, yes, I did forget to take my memory pills today. But I drove my first armored vehicle. It was an APC. Then I drove my first tank. I have gone on and driven amazing things like John Pearson's Valentine duplex drive, which is the only one operational in the world. It's... I really love that tank. What else? In these past 5 years, I'm actually currently part of a restoration team at the Gunfire Museum in Prashat. Unfortunately, because of the Rona, I am unable to travel at the moment, but I have been helping them in many other ways, you know, through my contacts, because I know pretty much almost everyone and their moms in the tank scene now. And talking about the tank scene, I am no longer alone. I have found myself some amazing tank families. I wish I could name everyone, but I know who you are. And if you're watching this, I may have said recently, but you guys don't know how good you have done to me and how much I appreciate you in my life. And I'll be always here for you for whatever you need. But yeah, I got myself some amazing tank families. I got, I'll just say in general, the old guard of the Friends of the Tank Museum, the Armageddons, Foxhole 44, the gunfire in Brachat in Belgium. You guys are amazing. I just met you not even a year ago, but you have shown me so much kindness, so much support. To War Heritage Institute, Mr. William Testayer and John in particular, John Ocelaer in particular, guys, thank you for believing in me. So many people. I wish I just can't go on and name these people. I also don't want to leave left out. You may know this name, you may not, but Silent Stalker, who also became aware of my situation in the Netherlands. It wasn't the reason why he handed me the blog, but he was very supportive as well. Him and I, we had our clashes, throughout these past few years, but all is cool. He's fine. He's fine at the moment. We still talk to this day, and I will always be a friend to him. I did not want to have him left out, because when he handed me the blog, I already had a streaming. I did not ask for anything. I did not, how can I say? I simply did not talk with him because I wanted something of him. He started talking with me, he approached me, and he was nice to me, and we got a friendship from then on. And out of nowhere, out of the random, he just said to me, I'm tired of running the blog. I want to do something different with my life. Here, everything is yours. And he handed me the keys to the kingdom. And that's literally how it all started. My English was really poor. I did not know how to run a blog. I had like 2 weeks to get acquainted with things. Could have things be done better? Yes. But I also know I did things back then the best I could at the time, because I had a lot of things going on personally, a lot of demons, Dutch demons that were, haunting me, especially in those years. I did try my best. The blog is still running, mostly thanks to Jerry. Jerry, thank you so much for your support these last couple of years. You have no idea. But yeah, what else have I done? I met the Queen's daughter. That was random. That was a really random one. And I met her together with Chris Barry. If you don't know Chris Barry, he played David Lister in what's the name of the show? God damn it, I have a signed copy, like I have a photo. It's like the weirdest thing is I have a t-shirt with Ace Rima. Actually, I have it there. Oh my god, it's right in front of me. I have a signed photo of Ace Rimmer that says to Rita, best wishes, Chris Barry. And I met the Queen's daughter together with him, with one of the actors that I've always admired. So surreal. Together with us, of course, there was also Richard Cutland. I don't want to, you know, not. I don't want to keep him out. He was also there. Nice guy. What else? Oh yeah, two very important things. I finally got my residency status in the UK. That was a very interesting battle because the council in my town, they were very easy on me. Let's just say it took me about 9 attempts to get my residency status. For over 9 times they kept sending my stuff back. By sending my stuff back, they never added me as a resident, but they also never gave me the reason why. And I went there in person. I sent them emails. I reached them out online, and every single time my things get turned down. Then Brexit happened, and I knew with the end of Brexit looming, I needed to get my residency status to apply. But yeah, for over 3 years, I had to battle with this. And it was very difficult for me because I came to the UK and I really love this country. I gave up on Dutch citizenship. I abdicted on my Dutch citizenship in order to start applying for the British one. And it takes 5 years, by the way, here in the UK. For those watching, abroad, outside of the EU, we have freedom of movement, but then the laws, the citizenship laws and residency laws in the countries, but then the citizenship laws, not the residency ones as far as I'm aware, change between countries. So in the Netherlands, I was immediately given citizenship, pretty much. Like, oh, you come to our country? Yeah, sure. Here, have it. Meanwhile, in the UK, things are far harder. I have to wait 5 years to be able to be eligible for the citizenship. But yeah, and it took me over 3 years of being in the UK for them to add me on the residency list. With the end of Brexit looming, I really started panicking. This was something that gave me so much angst these past couple of years as well. And after my last application, once again got turned down, I simply got tired of it, because these people are not giving me a reason why. But yeah, when the person at the reception asked me why I was there, I didn't even try to apply for it again. I just said, I'm here to file a formal complaint in the basis of racism. Because for over 3 years, I have been coming here, I have been sending letters, I have been emailing you for you to add me as a resident. I have given all the papers that you required, and I do not understand, because you have failed to give me a reason why I'm not yet in the list of residents. And immediately, I kid you not, immediately he took care of everything, brought the right papers. I of course filled things up straight ahead. I already have all the paperwork, just in case, because you never know, all is prepared. And did not took my counsel even 24 hours, in less than 24 hours, in the next day, wasn't even early afternoon, I had a letter coming through my house. Congratulations, you're now a resident. If the I don't want to call it out so blatantly, but fuck it. If the reason wasn't racism, then what it was for them to deal with my situation so fast after I brought the race card in, for them to deny me for over 3 years. I think I was right. But yeah, with the residency status taken care of, I was then able to apply for the visa, the Brexit visa, because the ship has sailed over here on this side of the pond. On this side of the channel, we have sailed away from the EU. And I was just so happy to get that letter, because I was actually not expecting to have that much of an extension, but they gave me a 5-year visa extension. So for the next 5 years, I'm sorted. But unfortunately, we have the Rona out there. I wanted to take the citizenship right now, right after reaching my 5th year in the UK. But I decided to postpone that a little bit. I have waited for 5 years. I have a 5-year extension. Things are not safe out there. I can wait a little bit longer, so I have postponed on my citizenship test. I already did a bunch of mock-up tests. I have the study books, and I have passed everything so far with 100%, so I'm very confident I'm going to be passing my citizenship test. So very soon I'll be a British citizen as well. We also can wait for that to happen. Besides that, one thing that, and I actually talked about it at the beginning of the video, my studies. And the last time I cried on camera on YouTube was when I became open with the first time with my situation in the Netherlands. But I also decided to start a big chapter in my life, which was something I tried in Portugal and I couldn't, and it's just something that was really bugging me. So I went back to school, and I started a bachelor with honors in history, which is basically the base degree. And then, if everything goes well, I want to go to military history, because what I love in life, what I'm passionate in life, is armored vehicles, particularly tanks. I can drive, do maintenance, change the oil, whatever. But yeah, I'm actually pretty capable around tanks, if I have to be. I can marshal, I can do first parade, I can do, maintenance. I'm very quick at, if you teach me something, I'll pick it up straight ahead. It's really, really what I love, it's tanks. And I'll be climbing tanks, I hope I'll be climbing tanks until I no longer have the energy and the strength to do it. It is truly my passion in life, and because of that, that's why I want to go to military history. In fact, I even changed my study area completely just to pursue this. And on that last video, I asked you guys to support me with my tuition. Like I said, my monetary situation wasn't good when I came to the UK. Like, it was pretty much zero. It was very, very, very low, let me tell you. And once again, you, the community, came up in so much support for me to follow my dreams. And I would like to give an update on my studies as well. I have passed my first year with top grades. in the country, in a language that I still sometimes speak, like me Tarzan, you Jane. And after being so long away from from studies, I worked really, really hard, but I finished my first year with top grades. And I did not only wanted to make myself, of course, make myself proud, make Jingles proud, but seeing how much support you guys sent me, not just on PayPal, but also messages, I knew I could not fail you. So I worked really, really, really hard. And again, top grades, baby. Because of Brexit, I gave it a pause. After my first year, I had to give it a pause because you know, tuitions in the UK, they are pricey, they are expensive, and I genuinely did not know what my future would hold. Can I even stay in the UK? I did not know that, and I did not want to be putting money down, you know, investing money that I could possibly be losing. So I had to hold the horses there, and I gave a pause. I just messaged my tutor because the university that I am with, they are very flexible, and I just sent him an email. Look, this is the situation. I would like to pause my studies for now. And immediately, yeah, sure, your situation is taken care of. We'll see you later. And when I got my visa letter, one of the things that really made me so happy, basically it says, here's your visa for the next 5 years. I'll put probably an image somewhere here, who cares. But one of the things that says that you are now able to continue your studies, and whew, that's another thing, you know, that I don't have to worry so much anymore. I am now just waiting for the Rhone out there to calm down, the situation to calm down a little bit, for things to be safe, so I can get back to working in Tonks, doing my Tonk stuff, and you know, start seeing when I can enroll again. I have plenty of leeway, I have plenty of space, you know, that I can use to keep on going, to finish this, you know, this bachelor's, so I'm not too stressed. You know, one step at a time. Things are not safe out there, so, you know, just wait for things to be alright again. I was just looking to my other bookshelf, and I saw a book of Phil Collins. I did one of my life dreams. I went to a Phil Collins concert in the last 5 years. It was amazing. But yeah, I think I will leave it here. I've been going for long enough, and before I start crying again. These have been some emotional 2 last days. I can't stop crying. Hopefully tomorrow things will be better. But I just want to thank everyone again for believing in me and for supporting me despite my inconsistencies in content. I have days, but I'm slowly trying to work myself to not have those days. You know, to be more uplifting. I'll be lying if I would say that I have stopped struggling. I still struggle to this day, but things are far much better. I'm much happier. Like I said, I have, you know, I have a home. I have people around me that love me and support me, and I have my kitties. I'm a cat mama again. I'm living the you know, cat motherhood again, and I have been so blessed by that, with the little bobcat that we adopted. She's amazing, and you know, things can only go better from now, I hope. I'll probably leave a snippet of little things that happened in my last 5 years that I probably forgot, because I'm talking out of script. I just, you know, let myself go here. And that's it, guys. This has been very freeing. I really wanted to be open with you. I just wanted you to see me for a little bit, not just see the Rita going crazy, screaming and cursing, playing things. I wanted you to see me as me. And this definitely has been very freeing. Thank you so much, everyone, for everything. And let's crack on. Stay safe. Oh, guys, I forgot one thing. 1 second. Also, another thing that happened in my last 5 years, I have been mentioned in my first tank book. This is the Tanks of Tog by Andrew Hills. I definitely recommend this. By the way, he will stop selling this very, very soon because he wants to reprint it. So if you want to get this book, get it while you can. He's not paying me to do this. He's just genuinely a nice guy. And oh, let me show you. Maybe I can do a little zoom in later. But yeah. See if I can. There I am. Yes, I've been mentioned in my first tank book. How awesome is this? So yeah, that's another achievement. Thank you so much, Andrew. You took my tank book cherry. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's all. I think I didn't forget anything else.